What other tools do we have? Well, another tool that we have, of course, is the prop. Now, in the use of props, of course, we should follow the lead of the people who are the custodians of knowledge about the use of props, and these tend to be the playwrights. And one of my favorites of the playwrights, especially in the use of props, is the great Norwegian playwright Henrik Ibsen of the 19th century, a real expert in the use of props in his plays. And you should get a book of Ibsen's plays and read especially Hedda Gabler, because in that play is an especially good use of the notion of prop. The play centers on a manuscript that was written by a cultural historian, as they called them in those days, and this was to be the career-defining book. Now, in the play, in a prominent position, is a stove. After all, this is Norway, and you have to keep warm. As the play opens, the doors of the stove are open, and it's clear that there's nothing happening. As the play progresses, you see coals, red ones, and pretty soon a little fire, and eventually a roaring blaze. And at the same time, as the stress builds, and as this manuscript becomes more and more the center of attention, you just know that at some point, this manuscript is going to go into that stove. And sure enough, eventually the manuscript goes into the stove, and people start shooting each other left and right as a consequence of that. Very powerful use of the notion of prop. But the playwrights are not the only group of people who can make good use of props. Let me tell you about one more. This goes back to a class I took in freshman physics at MIT. It's a demonstration that's often used in elementary physics classes. But it has to do with the conservation of energy, and in particular with the exchange of potential and kinetic energy, and the fact that as kinetic and potential energy is exchanged, no energy is gained. So here's the demonstration. From the ceiling hangs a wire. From the wire hangs a cannonball. The instructor goes to the wall, brings the cannonball to his nose, and lets go. You see the pendulum travel all the way across the room and all the way back, kissing the instructor's nose, and you say to yourself, I don't know if I'll ever use this kind of physics, but I know that that guy really believes in it.